I'm at Chicago O'Hare International Airport, and I need to get home to San Francisco. The smart thing to do would be board a plane and be in my own bed 5 hours from now, but I'm not doing that. Instead, I'm taking Amtrak and the California Zephyr. It travels 2,438 miles across the Rockies, the desert, and the Sierra Nevada mountains. It's going to take at least 52 hours. It costs more than a flight, and it's slower than a car. But why? Because lately, my life has been all about speed, efficiency, deadlines, and honestly, my brain is kind of fried. I don't need to get home fast. I need to recover. So for the next 3 days, I'm gonna live in a 20 square foot room. I'm gonna eat dinner with strangers. I'm gonna show you what it's like to live on a train. And I'm gonna see if taking the long way home, the scenic route, is actually the best way to travel. But before we board this train, I need to get food, a book, and lounge access. Can I get an Italian beef, please? Thank you. Hi, how you doing? I've got a sleeper room.
It's the agent upstairs doing dinner reservations. Got snacks and drinks inside for your competition.
Cool, thank you so much.
If you are on the California Zephyr, train 5, that train is now delayed until 2:30 p.m.
I'm on the Zephyr. I believe I see you for dinner.
For dinner? Yep, 5, 6, or 7 o'clock.
The lounge is actually quite nice. However, it's where I would learn that my train is delayed. And delayed. And delayed and delayed, and hopefully just one final delay. But what's a 3-hour delay on a 3-day train ride? About 5%. And because the trip hasn't really started, I feel like getting some work done is still allowed. But perhaps not surprisingly, the internet doesn't work great. This recovery trip is off to a good start. Eventually, we'd be ushered like cattle or army cadets into the hall, then down towards the track, and finally onto the train.
Yeah, what you got, big guy?
540?
540, 2 cars.
All right, thank you. How you doing? I believe I'm with you.
Adam?
Yeah, that's me.
All right.
How'd you beat me in here? All aboard, and we're off. Now that we're safely on board, my first order of business is work. It's 4:45 on a Friday, and these are still work hours after all. The sun has set, dinner isn't for another couple hours, and we've got 3 days on this train together. There's a lot to show you, but why rush things? If you're traveling on Amtrak by yourself and you want to have dinner in the dining car, you will be eating with strangers. Usually it goes well, but it can go poorly. In my experience, it goes well about 99% of the time. You do have the option of getting dinner delivered to your private room, but where's the fun in that? I've been making videos on Amtrak for around 2 years now, and the entire time I've been doing it, there's only ever been one menu. Let's go down to the dining car and I'll show you what it's like. After walking 3 cars down, I was initially seated by myself, and it felt kind of lonely. But thankfully, I was eventually joined by 3 others, a solo rider from Maine and a couple from San Francisco. I started with the shrimp, then got the salmon entree. Those were just okay. But the gin and tonic, cheesecake, the company, and especially the brief moment of calm more than made up for it. My advice for your time in the dining car is nobody wants to have an uncomfortable dinner. That's literally just a decision you can make. Have a good time. Tanika has converted my seats into a bed and did quite a good job of it. This is hotel quality service here. If you're traveling with 2 people, this upper bunk folds down and turns into a bed as well. I think it would be a little tight. I'm gonna give you a full tour of the train and this room tomorrow. It's almost 8 o'clock now, which I guess means we gotta get into this book. Welcome to Iowa. We are in Ottumwa. I've actually been here before a few times, and it is Cold. Quick fresh air break. We get off the train every few hours or so to stretch the legs. In the last 2 hours, I've read about 2 pages of that book, and I honestly don't know where the rest of the time went. I'm gonna go to bed and try again tomorrow. See you then. Good morning and welcome to Eastern Colorado. Looks cold out there. Sleeping on a train is an interesting thing. There is an element of being rocked to sleep, but there's also an element of being shaken awake. Possibly better for some people and probably worse for most. Oh man, time zone change. 7:30? 7:30, and I suppose that means breakfast is being served. Morning, yes please. Breakfast was lovely. Sat with a couple from Wisconsin who was so much fun to talk to that I basically forgot to film everything. But here's the deal with meals on Amtrak. The food is not that good. The entire draw to the communal dining car is meeting cool people that you otherwise would not have. I believe we're about 30 minutes outside of Denver, and this will be our most extended fresh air break of the trip. I have always wanted to run a mile during a fresh air break, but I just had breakfast, and I don't think that's a good idea. Maybe next time. You don't think of Colorado as a flat state, but until you get to Denver, that's exactly what it is. Then, out of nothing, the Rockies appear.
Folks at Denver, you will have 30 minutes on the platform to take a much-needed fresh air break.
A somewhat interesting thing happens in Denver. The train actually backs into the station. Welcome to Denver, Union Station. This is beautiful. Just like the weather, it is nice here today. My sister says there's a great coffee spot right over here, so we're gonna go check that out. This is not typically something that would be advisable, but I'm feeling lucky today. Queen City Coffee, we got plenty of time. Morning, how are you?
How's it going today?
Good. Can I do just a small coffee, and then is this an almond croissant?
Sure is?
Yeah, one of those as well, please.
My brother would disagree with me about it.
Your brother doesn't think Die Hard is a Christmas movie?
Yeah, it's quite the contrary.
Can't win them all, I guess. Thanks again. Have a good one. Can't get over how nice the weather is here in Denver. It was so cold on the East Coast. I think we're doing fine on time. This coffee is delicious. Queen City Coffee Collective for the win. Thanks to my sister. All right, let me just double check. Yeah, plenty of time. Let's look around. Union Station, absolutely beautiful. Let's go look inside. I believe that line of people behind me are people waiting to get on this train. Maybe I should have gone for that run after all. That guy who's just a little speck right now is Sonny. Super nice guy. Good to meet you, Sonny. Getting yelled at to get back on the train. Actually, I was getting yelled at to not go past this sign, but I certainly wouldn't be the only one. Oh, I didn't see it. Oh, yeah, there it is right there. Sorry about that. They should probably put the sign in the middle of the platform, but then they wouldn't be able to drive their golf carts all over the place. On a trip that's supposed to be all about recovery, I should not be working. But who knows how much cell service we'll have up in the mountains, and there's definitely no Wi-Fi on the train. Perhaps you can relate to this. Even when the goal of a trip is to relax, it takes me a little while to slow down. I promise we will do a room tour. I know it's long overdue. We'll start with the tray table and the almond bear claw from Queen City. The tour continues next to the seat. This is the only outlet in the car, but these things were built when one outlet was more than enough. This thermostat is purely decorative in my experience, but the reading light works. On the other side of this seat, there is a closet of sorts and a place to store your bag. Bags can also go under the seat, but mine is just a little bit too big. Up here, we've got a coat hook, some towel storage, and a room light. On the other side of the room, this is the light switch. Up here, this volume control actually does work. That's a relatively recent thing that I learned. The music doesn't do much, but if you want to turn the announcements on or off, just spin that thing up or down. You've got an attendant call button as well, but you probably don't need that. And of course, another reading light. On the other side of the seat, you've got trash, storage, and more storage. Above that, another coat hook and a full-length mirror. Smoking is strictly forbidden on these trains, but you can tell that that wasn't always the case. There are curtains on the windows that look outside and the windows that look into the hallway, and they actually do a pretty good job of blocking out the light. This latch can lock your room when you're inside of it, but there's no way to lock your room when you're outside. You already know about the sleeping arrangements. The seats that I'm sitting on turn into a bed, and this thing turns into a bed. That's it. That's an Amtrak roomette. We are just now starting to ascend up into the Rocky Mountains, but it won't get good for a little while. So my goal for the next hour is to read this book and not look at my phone. Wish me luck. Winding up into the Rocky Mountains, our train passes through countless tunnels. This is a great sign. Cell service is becoming non-existent, and the views will surely be getting good. And it's only 11:11 in the morning. Make a wish. Mine is that you subscribe. You know what? I actually do feel a little bit better after reading a bit. Sometimes it takes me 10, 20 pages to actually get into the book. That is certainly the case today. But having done that, it seems like maybe recovery could happen on this trip. I guess we'll see. Well, the coolest part of these Amtrak long-haul trains is, without question, the observation car, and maybe that's why there wasn't a single seat available in the car. Probably could have squeezed into a booth with another group, but nobody looked super friendly. Didn't get any offers, but that's okay. This window's pretty great too. We'll check out the observation car later. I believe we are about to go through the Moffat Tunnel, which, if I'm not mistaken, is the highest point on any Amtrak line anywhere. Not much to see inside the tunnel. It's a tunnel, but the views on the other side should be pretty spectacular. We'll talk about that in a second, but first I want to talk about something that's been stressing me out a lot less lately, and that's my safety on the internet. I've recently been hearing more and more about people falling victim to online scams, and that's because these scams are getting really good. You can't help but wonder how long it will be before we can't tell what is a scam and what isn't. So what should we do about it? Well, I use Incogni. They automate the process of getting data brokers to delete your personal information. Data brokers are the for-profit companies that buy and sell you. You could try to do this process manually, but Incogni has gotten many hundreds of data brokers to delete my personal information. And navigating the convoluted process of getting data brokers to delete your information is just not worth your time when there are hundreds of them out there. Because if scammers can't buy your information, they can't harm you. So take back your personal information with Incogni. Use code AdamExplores at the link below to get 60% off annual plans for you, your parents, or your whole family. Now, back to the train. I thought at this point in the journey there would be a tour guide of sorts describing what we're going through, but there was nobody doing that in the observation car. Maybe that doesn't exist, or maybe I'm just confused.
We would ask that all passengers figure out what car they want to stay in for the tunnel. Don't want to open the doors inside the tunnel. The fumes aren't toxic, but it just smell bad. So if you could please figure out what car you want to be in and make it to that car right now. Thank you.
Ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, folks of all sorts, welcome to the Moffat Tunnel. We'll be in here for 10 miles, 10 minutes, something like that. You know, this journey is an interesting one for me. This is by far the most requested video on my channel. At the same time, this might be the most overdone YouTube video on the entire platform. I'd like to think that for me, it's a little bit different because I live a few minutes from the end of this line, but I'm not sure if that's true. Honestly, I never had any intention of making this video until I realized that I was a little tired and could use a recovery ride. From here on out, the cell service is spotty at best, which to me is a feature, not a bug. A bit of forced relaxation never hurt anyone. And on the other side of the Moffat Tunnel, this. We are officially in the Rockies. Ah, Fraser, Colorado. That is fresh mountain air and diesel. The sweet smell of diesel fumes. I mean, what a beautiful place. Not a bad place to live here. Leaving Fraser, the mood shifted. Just a bit. Maybe it's the mountains, maybe it's the sun, or maybe it was all the diesel fumes I inhaled. Who knows? There's only one thing I know for sure. It's time for lunch. Well, I don't want to jinx it, but we are 3 for 3 on incredibly pleasant experiences in the dining car. Not only that, but we are up in the high plains now, so the views are getting good. Check this out. These are views of the Colorado River that you simply cannot get in any other way. I am routinely disappointed by how poor a job cameras do at transporting you to the places they capture, but these sights are still pretty cool. Enjoy. Glenwood Springs, another fresh air break. Reading this book has been fun and all, but I think I'm ready to switch it up a bit.
Right now I'm open and serving. If you want anything, I'm selling ice cold beer, mixed drinks, snacks, sandwiches, soda pop. You name it, folks, I pretty much have it. And I'm serving my infamous and now internationally famous Bloody Marys this afternoon as well. Come on down and visit me. Cafe Lounge, open and serving. Thank you.
May I have one of your internationally famous Bloody Marys, please?
Got an ID for me? You looking at
Absolutely.
Let's do it. Spicy or mild?
Oh, spicy.
There we go. That's the way. Probably the best thing I ever did. I came to work and they're like, yeah, you don't have a lounge car. You're working out of a lower level baggage car.
Nobody's down there,
And,
right?
well, technically no. But so I set up a bunch of chairs on each side, created a counter, and started making announcements telling everybody, come down to my fun dungeon. The best views on the train. And literally people were hanging out in there. It was crazy.
That's awesome. I
There we
love
go.
that. Shout out to Rodney Pasco and his internationally famous Bloody Marys. Booze forward as it should be. And welcome to the observation car. This is the place to be. Huge windows, seats angled to see the view, and an atmosphere that says, where else on earth would you rather be? And it's not hard to understand. There aren't many better places to watch a sunset.
Our next station stop coming up will be that of Grand Junction.
Fresh air break, store break, but do we have time?
You got it. Have a good day.
You too. Okay, we have plenty of time, but can we look into this old train station? No. A fence? That's devastating. Better get back on the train. I believe those cops were checking out a counterfeit bill. Interesting. Anyway, I'm gonna inhale this junk food and then we can move on to my favorite part of the train. One of my absolute favorite things about Amtrak sleeper trains is that you can take a shower on them. And since it's been a couple days since I've done that, I'm gonna show you what that's like right now. The transition car might as well be called the shower car. There are 3 showers on this car. I went with the one downstairs. Amtrak provides mini soap, towels, and that's about it. It's so cool that these showers exist, but taking a shower on Amtrak is not without risks. Taking a shower on a train is undeniably quite cool. If you get the chance, I'd say do it. That said, I do have 2 pieces of advice for you. Number 1, make sure the door is locked. Some of these locks are 50 years old. They don't work great. And number 2, a courtesy knock never hurt. 6 o'clock now. Dinner is at 7:30, so I guess I'm just gonna eat the rest of my candy and read this book, and I'll see you in an hour and a half. Dinner on day 2 was with a lovely couple who flew from San Antonio, Texas to Chicago just to take the train. And the moment we arrive at our destination, they're flying back to Texas. At this meal, I felt an unfamiliar feeling. I think some people call it feeling relaxed. And our current location? Welcome to Utah. Well, I think I've learned that the ideal dinner order is the salad as an appetizer, the flat iron steak as an entree, and the cheesecake for dessert. But that's personal. I won't blame you if you choose something else. Dinner was a good time. That ups our count to 4 of 4 pleasant meals in the dining car. Today was a good day. There were some low moments, of course, but tomorrow might be the highlight of the trip. I'll see you then. Good morning and welcome to Nevada. This is Winnemucca. Cold in Nevada. Hopefully the train doesn't leave without me. Just moving it down to let the coach passengers on.
Most of the people did not speak English too, which always been one. Yes.
I went to breakfast roughly 2 hours ago and just spent the rest of the time chatting with the people I was sat with. What a great experience. We are now 5 for 5 on fun meals in the dining car. Dave, one of the gentlemen at my table, put this perfectly. If you're okay with motel accommodations and Denny's food, then this might be for you. The California Zephyr is often called the most scenic train journey in America, and you're about to see why. My favorite portion of this journey is the Sierra Nevada mountains. Those start around Reno, Nevada. We'll be there in about an hour. This morning I am feeling nice and relaxed, so I figure we might as well keep that going and read Fahrenheit 451. Despite claiming that I was going to read, I did spend a few minutes working. But this time, I realized the folly of my ways and turned to the scenery. The hills off in the distance are the first indication that we're leaving Nevada's high desert and entering the Sierra Nevada mountains. One undeniable downside of Amtrak is that you wait for freight trains, not the other way around. So that means we wait just a bit longer for the best part of this trip. Welcome to Reno, biggest little city in the world. The trip from Reno to Truckee is spectacular. This is the Truckee River. We'll follow it all the way into California. And believe it or not, this isn't even the best part. This next section of the journey from Truckee to Colfax over the Sierra Nevada mountains is probably one of my favorite. So without further ado, let's go back to the observation car. 11:11, and the vibe in the observation car is rowdy. The booze is already flowing. Kinda bizarre that this is being allowed in a public space on this train, but hey, even drunk boomers can't ruin the spectacular views of Donner Lake. Instead, that would once again be the doing of a freight train. But that's okay. There's plenty more where that came from. Well, hello there. It's been a little while since you and I last talked. I had a lovely time in the observation car with a man named David. Great chatting with you, David. I got lunch, another chicken Caesar salad. I think that is the best thing on the menu. And now we are descending out of the Sierra Nevada mountains. Pretty soon, it'll be time for another fresh air break. Lunch was again with my pals from San Antonio. I hope they're not sick of me. And while the views between here and the San Francisco Bay aren't what make this train so famous, they're nothing to ignore. Just take it from the people who line the tracks to see us pass by. We are currently late, which means no time to get off the train. Seems like they might be trying to get us there on time. In other bad news, fog. One of my favorite parts of this journey is the end as you go through San Francisco Bay, but it looks like that might not be so great today. Shrouded in fog, as it so often is, at long last, the San Francisco Bay. Beautiful, sure, but with less visibility than you might otherwise hope for. And then, I don't want to call it a miracle, but this happened. Arriving in Emeryville felt bittersweet. On the one hand, I'm glad to be home. On the other hand, I'm concerned. I might just go back to my old ways of work, deadline, stress, and anxiety. But even if that is the case, at least I got a break. 52 hours on Amtrak's most iconic train journey might not change your life, but I feel recovered. And maybe you will too.
Thank you, Tanika.
If you enjoyed this video, then you might like this one too. Hit subscribe if you want to see more, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.